Sometimes when I get nervous, I stick my fingers under my arms and I smell them like that.
Keep it simple, stupid. That's what a judge told Ron DeSantis and his cronies when they unconstitutionally attempted to thwart an ad being aired in the state of Florida.
That looks a little bad.
Ron DeSantis is taking Halloween a little too far this year, going as Tony Soprano and illegally intimidating Floridians into silence. That judge said, "I don't wanna do your dirty work no more." Abortion laws in Florida are very strict. 6 weeks took effect earlier this year, but if voters approve the amendment next month, it would guarantee abortion access until fetal viability, which is around 24 to 28 weeks of pregnancy, as opposed to 6. 6 weeks is like 1 week fully late, by the way. Like when your girlfriend says I'm late, 5 days after that.
That looks a little bad.
The ad DeSantis is trying to stop from airing in Florida is a direct violation of the First Amendment. 2 people have already resigned.
Whoa, it's packed with some stuff.
Ever dedicated to his barbaric and draconian ways of doing things, Ron DeSantis' Department of Health sent a cease and desist letter to any TV station that aired the ad supporting abortion between 24 and 28 weeks, as opposed to the horrible 6-week ban.
That looks a little bad.
Listen, I know there are a lot of smart people in the state of Florida, but the judge does not think that Ron DeSantis is one of them. Quote, "To keep it simple for the state of Florida, it is the First Amendment, stupid."
Whoa, it's packed with some stuff.
Ron, I know it's tough. You cannot just bully people into doing what you want. You have to follow the rules. You're not Tony Soprano. You'd think he would have learned better by now, the difference between governing and whatever he's doing. But while Ron is out here proving that honesty is not part of his skill set, let's move on to another political figure who, shall we say, redefines self-awareness. And of course, I'm talking about former President Donald Trump at the Al Smith dinner last night.
I was shocked when I heard that Kamala was skipping the Al Smith dinner.
The Al Smith dinner provides a rare opportunity.
I'd really hoped that she would come because we can't get enough of hearing her beautiful laugh. She laughs like crazy. We would recognize it any place in this room, and all polls are indicating I'm leading big with the Catholic vote, as I should be.
Why should Donald Trump be polling well with Catholics? He doesn't have a Christian bone in his body. Kamala Harris had a choice: go to the fundraiser or fight for her swing states.
Oh, sorry, Mary Catherine Gallagher. Mary Catherine Gallagher. It's so nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you, Mary Catherine. Right now I'm trying to record my speech for tonight's dinner.
The Harris administration plans ahead. Remember when Trump had a semblance of a plan? I don't have a plan yet. I'm not president yet.
That looks a little bad.
Donald Trump wants to dog Kamala Harris. They're eating the dogs for not going to this fundraiser, when in reality, she went out of her way to recruit Catholic icon Mary Catherine Gallagher to make this awesome video for the Al Smith dinner. That's enough.
Oh, yeah, I know. I just want to say that I'm Catholic, and tonight is one of the biggest dinners next to the Last Supper.
It is a very important dinner, and it's an important tradition that I'm so proud to be a part of.
But I don't think Kamala has given up yet.
Kamala. It's not that hard, Trump.
She hasn't. Instead of attending tonight, she's in Michigan receiving communion from Gretchen Whitmer.
Now, I don't expect you to be abreast of all of the Catholic anger around the communion video with the Dorito and Gretchen Whitmer, and it's complicated.
That's not a pretty sight.
We all know Donald Trump doesn't have a spiritual bone in his entire body, but that's what that's about.
But Catholics, please don't be too insulted by Kamala's absence.
Donald Trump is doing whatever he can to talk about how she's not there, when in reality, she put in way more work for this dinner than him. He's reading off of a piece of paper that he's never read before. You can see him reading the jokes like, wow, these are actually pretty funny.
That's not a pretty sight.
Mary Catherine Gallagher gave Kamala Harris this advice.
Well, don't lie. Thou shalt not bear false witness to thy neighbor.
Indeed, especially thy neighbor's election results.
An election that J.D. Vance still refuses to say that Trump lost, by the way.
Just so you know, there will be a fact checker there tonight.
Run for cover, J.D. Vance.
Oh, that's great. Who?
Jesus.
Just kidding.
We don't say anything negative about Catholics.
I would never do that, no matter where I was. That would be like criticizing Detroit in Detroit.
I know that truth hurts. When in doubt, just make something up.
If she does any worse in the polls, they're going to bring him back again, I think.
Don't lie.
It was announced this morning that at a funeral yesterday, in a rare moment of clarity,
Don't lie.
Joe told Barack Hussein Obama,
Don't lie.
Trump's racism that bombed.
Joe told Barack Hussein Obama, they quote, only a few people got that.
I get nervous.
Oh no, we got it. We just don't think racism is funny. Remember that Donald Trump demanded that Barack Obama provide his birth certificate, claiming that he was not an American citizen.
That looks a little bad.
Trump, of course, doubled down, bringing up Rush Limbaugh.
Or as Rush Limbaugh used to say, Barack Hussein Obama.
Trump then went on to complain about how he's the worst treated president of all time. Tell that to Abe Lincoln. While Trump was throwing himself a pity party, Thomas Cox struck down parts of Georgia's voter suppression law. In the recent ruling concerning Georgia's election procedures, a judge struck down 7 new rules proposed by the state election board, labeling them illegal and unconstitutional.
That's not a pretty sight.
Efforts to tighten control over the certification process and introduce measures like hand counting ballots at multiple precincts, which could significantly delay results. Critics, including Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, argue that these changes undermine voter confidence and place undue burdens on election workers, especially so close to the election.
That looks a little bad.
Some of the most controversial rules, including requirements for counties to undertake, quote, reasonable inquiries before certifying election results, as well as mandatory hand counting of ballots to verify machine counts. This manual process, according to election experts, is far less reliable than machine tabulations and could easily lead to chaotic delays.
Whoa, it's packed with some stuff.
Now, in case you forgot, this is the same state where Trump tried to rewrite the rules after losing the 2020 election. Fast forward to today, Georgia Republicans were still trying to mess with voting rights. They've slashed drop boxes, they've restricted absentee ballots, they've even banned people from giving other people water in line as they wait to vote. What's next? Do you have to, have savings or something to vote? Georgia said no way. That violates the Voting Rights Act, and struck down most of the ridiculous parts of the law. Turns out, trying to rig the game a little too much might come back to bite you. Who knew? So shout out to Georgia for standing up for democracy, and let's hope that this sends a message to other states who are trying to pull the same sort of tricks. So that's a wrap, guys. Ron DeSantis can't tell the truth. Donald Trump can't tell a joke. And Georgia, well, they can't rig the vote.
Packed with some stuff.
What a gong show. Yet again, members of the Republican Party have shown that they'll do anything to stay in power. They'll do anything to win. They'll violate the Constitution. They'll break laws. They'll be disrespectful. They'll show zero diplomacy, zero integrity, zero care, zero respect for our office, our country, or our citizens. Donald Trump and his friends do not care about you. They do not care about America. Vote blue November 5th. You've been watching Really American. This is Jasmine Meadows.